Okay, today, you are not stuck, and that's the truth. So, this is the title of today's Let's Talk, and we're going to discuss the idea of being stuck. And the Daughters of Wisdom are going to kind of bring our own take into all of this.
Yep.
And everyone is familiar with the old saying, I've got writer's block. As a writer, I can tell you, no, you don't. Yes, some people get stuck and they can't find a way out, and they get all disturbed, and they're the worse it gets, the longer it goes on, so to speak. So here's a big help. Write. I mean, if you're talking about writer's block, you simply write. You might write trash, you might write garbage. Try to write something that you're working on that relates to what you're working on, but write. And in the end, you'll be writing, you'll be moving, and you can throw out all the junk and continue forward.
Well, today we're really going to use two examples about people who think that they're stuck, and mostly our examples are about people who say, I'm stuck in a job or I'm stuck in a relationship, but there's lots of things that people could feel they're stuck with, but we had to narrow it down.
Yeah, and
So.
the examples kind of apply to everything.
They do. They do. So the Daughters of Wisdom, after we really gave this some thought, we believe that when people say that they're being stuck, it's actually a state of mind. It's something that's not really true, but they feel it to be true. And we all know how powerful feelings are. So when I say I'm stuck in a job, it's really the feeling, because no one is ever really truly stuck anywhere. So are they really stuck?
No. Not really. No. So why do people think they're stuck? What is it that inside of us that makes us believe that we are trapped, stuck, however you want to express it? And how do they convince themselves that that's the place they're in? And in actual fact, it's all in the mind, isn't it?
It's
A
all
lot
in
of
the
things.
mind. A lot of the things are in
A
the
lot
mind.
of things are in the mind.
We make
Okay,
them up.
so why do people think this? A person may well just be afraid of change. We were discussing over lunch some
Yep.
people who are very much afraid of change. They may just have a lot of uncertainty about things they don't know. I mean, for example, you know your job, and if you're going to change your job, then you won't know that job.
Yeah.
So there's that uncertainty, and that kind of comes back to fear again.
It does.
Apprehension.
Back to fear.
And a person might actually take comfort in being stuck. In other words, it's a situation where you feel safer just staying with the way things are, whatever they are, rather than taking a step out and
Yeah.
making some kind of change.
Facing that unknown, or
That's right.
facing whatever other kinds of fears you might have. So I was thinking about that, about the idea of you're not really stuck this weekend, and it made me think about another part of that, which is procrastinating, because it's a little bit like that. When you procrastinate, it's because you might be tackling a project you've never done before, so you have a little bit of fear of the unknown. Can I really do this? Or your project feels really overwhelming. It's safe. And that's kind of where I was coming back to when I was thinking about this whole idea of procrastinating. So I believe there's an element of that in being stuck. You can find reasons for not unstucking yourself, but you talk about it a lot. Oh, Peggy, I'm stuck in this job. Or, oh, Peggy, I'm still stuck in this dead-end relationship. Those are our examples, so we're using them today.
Yeah. But truly, I feel, meaning emotion, I
Yeah.
feel this is really not an obstacle.
No.
It's something you have to find a way around, but it's
Yeah.
not an actual real obstacle.
That's true. But there will be obstacles in getting unstuck. Obviously, if you feel like you're stuck in a job and you finally make the decision to get unstuck and look for another job, there are going to be obstacles, but you have to get over that mental stuckness before you can do that. So the one thing that we felt like we really had to talk about today is that we're really promote here about not judging. And one of the things you can decide is you're going to remain exactly where you are. So if you say, I feel like I'm stuck in this job, if you examine everything about your feelings of being stuck and decide that you're going to stay there, that's perfectly fine.
Nothing
But-
wrong with that.
No, but you've thought about it. You've examined your feelings of being stuck. So, same thing for a relationship. We're just giving examples
Yes.
here.
Same
So-
thing applies. Yeah, yeah.
Don't be that
Yeah.
person where, Peggy?
In the break room. Yeah, you might well be the person in the break room who's constantly bitching about your job.
Yep.
Constantly, oh, the boss is awful. Oh, the job is terrible. Oh, the coworkers are a
I
pain
never
in the
get a
neck. I never
raise."
get a raise. And you're constantly complaining. And you might decide that the job is not ideal,
Yeah.
but that it's what you need right now.
Right now.
So if that's what you've decided, when you embrace that feeling, that decision, then you're getting unstuck.
Yeah.
Now you're not stuck anymore, because it'll release stress and anger that you've been storing up for a long time while
Yeah.
you've been constantly going through the same thing over and over, and it'll take care of your worry, and it'll take anger at others and yourself will be pretty much gone.
Hopefully.
If you've really unstuck, if you've really accepted this, and you're not just, playing a head game with yourself,
You still feel stuck, but you're keeping it to
you're
yourself.
keeping it to yourself. Yeah,
That's
Um,
not getting unstuck.
that's not getting unstuck. But once you've made the commitment to getting unstuck, you definitely need to drop the "I feel" story.
Yeah.
You got to drop. You got to stop that. If you've made this decision and you've gone through the whole,
Yeah.
process, and you said to yourself, okay, I'm staying here, or I'm in the relationship, I'm in the job, whatever, and I'm staying here because this is what I want. Then you've got to stop the poor me thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the person who wants to go on a diet or start going to the gym, and they've talked about it endlessly, and they finally make the decision and they start changing their diet or they start going to the gym, but they keep talking about it. They still haven't let it go, in a sense. And it might be because feelings are so powerful.
Yeah. But then you're not unstuck.
Then you're not unstuck.
Then you're not unstuck.
And you have some more things to do.
Yeah.
So we were talking about this unstuckness, and it actually could just be a single choice: this job or another job, this relationship or another relationship,
Or no
what I
relationship.
have, right? What I have or what I might have. And so it reminded me of that old saying, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. Well, back to feelings. It certainly feels safer to hang on to the bird in the hand because at least you know it. The bad stuff, the crappy boss,
Yeah.
the low pay.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
in a way, it's psychologically safe
Yeah.
to, stay in your stuck position. And again, that may be fine. That may be your decision. But if that's what you decide to do, then you need to be done with
Yeah. Fully embrace
yeah,
it.
you need to fully embrace it and say, okay,
Yeah.
this is it. I'm going to stay right here where I am and focus on something else.
Yeah. Well, in relationship to all of this, I've been wondering
Okay.
if perhaps people face more obstacles today than we did in the past
To getting unstuck.
to getting unstuck. It seems like there are more choices today than there were in the past. And there might, but because there's so many, it could immobilize some
Yeah,
people.
no,
You
I
know,
agree.
You could just kind of, like the procrastination thing,
Yeah.
you could just kind of
Can't
freeze like a deer in the
choose.
headlights.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. It's literally possible, though, using the internet to search for a new job anywhere.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you're talking about a job as an example. But then again, it also means there's a lot more opportunities than there were before.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's something that you have to think about too.
Well, while Peggy was thinking about are there more obstacles today, I was wondering if it's easier to get unstuck when you're young versus when you're older. And so I think I can make an argument either way. when you're younger? Are you more flexible? Are you more willing to take risks because you have more time to do your risk thing? And then when you're older, maybe you have a job you don't want to leave, or a home, or a community. So anyway, what do you think, Peggy?
Well, I think we've kind of argued ourselves into a corner here.
I do too.
The fact that getting stuck and getting unstuck can happen at any age.
Yeah.
And it can be a problem at any age,
Yeah.
or it can be fairly simple at any age, depending on who you are and where you're at. So, my story, and I'll keep it short, was of my mother, who was at the time 65, when I moved out west from the east.
Oh, yeah.
And she, at that point, was saying, well, I don't think I'm going to stay in Florida. So she packed it up and moved west also. Now, the thing of it is, when you look back, I realized she was stuck. She didn't know it, I don't think. But at that point, she made some very serious, large decisions that a lot of people at the age of 65 with very limited means
Yeah.
might not consider. So it was really a very good thing that she did that. It broke the glacier loose for her.
Yeah.
And
good.
she moved forward.
Yep.
So I admired it a lot that she took that step. And you can be conscious or unconscious anywhere
Yeah.
and not see a way out. Maybe not even see you need a way out.
Yeah, like
initially.
Peggy's mom. She
Right.
didn't really realize
Didn't-
she was stuck until
Yeah,
she got
and
unstuck.
So let's go back to the beginning where I talked about some writers and encouraged people to just write if you're stuck. If you've got writer's block and you think you're really stuck, you're actually forcing yourself to change
Yeah.
when you do something like that.
Yeah.
So the best course really is to take some kind of action.
Yeah. And when I was working as a therapist and I would have somebody who was depressed, I would tell them to get up out of their chair, get a book on tape, and to get out the door and start walking or running if they were a runner. But it got their mind off themselves, getting unstuck. So interesting stuff.
Good idea.
An interesting conversation today. And next week, we're going to be talking about dreaming.
Oh, now there's a loaded topic.
Well, we'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye.